I'm going to be honest, I haven't made a video like this in about a year, and I kind of forget how I start them, so I'm just going to jump right into it. I don't think the NFL is rigged. I think this whole idea that the NFL is rigged is one of the dumber arguments, one of the dumber concepts that NFL fans cling to. And I initially wasn't going to make a video about it. I tweet about it all the time. I talk about it on my podcast. I thought that was enough. But then I saw this video on my Twitter feed, and it just grinds my gears. So I wanted to make like a, kind of discussion video, an unscripted, bullet pointed, like I want to hit on these topics type of video. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the video that sparked this video, little videoception, I guess. For context, this gentleman was given the opportunity to participate in the NFL's Super Bowl Media Day, meaning that he can walk into the event, the venue. He can carry around a microphone, and anyone that's set up speaking to the media, he can walk up to them with his microphone and ask them any question his heart desires. That means that he can walk up to two future Hall of Famers on the Kansas City Chiefs, and Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, which he is going to do, and ask them anything he wants. And this is what he does.
Hey, it's Rich, and we're here at Super Bowl opening night, and we got some questions that need to be answered.
Patrick, for your whole career, you have had so many great people help you win. So who is your favorite ref?
All the refs are great. All the refs are great. They do the best they can. Go out there and play the game the right way.
Is there one that you give a Christmas card to every year, possibly?
Not that I can remember. I'll have to talk to some of my teammates and we can try to figure it out.
Travis, what do you love more? Taylor Swift or phantom 15-yard roughing the passer penalties in the playoffs?
That's a good question. Anybody else?
So as you can see, he just essentially wasted his opportunity. He walked up to the two of them and was asking them pointless questions about the referees that, even in a world where the NFL was hypothetically rigged, neither of them are going to give you a real answer to. Now, I know people in the comments are already flying in saying, it's a joke, he's being funny, it's a joke. I get that. I do. And I'm not like directly sending hate to this guy. I have no idea who this guy is. Power to him for being able to put himself in a position to get this opportunity. And if this is what he wanted to do, then by all means. But it's not so much the video itself that bothers me. It's that there's people out there who are really like this. Like I said, this guy is probably joking. He probably doesn't think the NFL is rigged. And even if he does, so be it. But there are people who really think like this. And it just bothers me to no extent. So I want to take a look at a couple things from this game. First of all, being the first down play from the Bills game, or the non-first down conversion, I should say. And it just, like I said, kind of talk about why I think people are coping a little bit with the whole, the NFL is rigged thing. And listen, if you're a Bills fan, by all means, call the NFL rigged. That's okay. Bills fans are not included in the target audience for this rant, right? Because if my franchise quarterback, the savior of my franchise, the face of my city, lost to the same guy in the playoffs 4 times in a row, I would probably also come away with the opinion that the NFL is rigged. I would probably also go to those lengths to cope. So I can't get mad at you guys. I honestly wanted Buffalo to win. I wasn't rooting for the Chiefs in this game. I don't necessarily want to see the Chiefs three-peat, but to suggest it's rigged is silly to me. So taking a look at the first down, this play right here is a big topic of conversation, right? The argument is that Josh Allen got the first down, and honestly, the more I watch this play, the more I agree. Because look, at the end of the day, right here's the first down marker. Josh Allen has the football about right here. It's likely a first down. But the kicker here is that this play was not ruled a first down. It was ruled a turnover on downs for the Buffalo Bills. The line judge said it was not a first down conversion. In order to overturn this, you need to have irrefutable evidence that it would be a first down. You need to No doubt whatsoever, no argument either way. It is 110% a first down, and that's the facts. This play is way too close to overturn it either way. If it was ruled a first down on the field, then it would have stayed a first down on the field. It was ruled a turnover on downs on the field, so it's going to stay that way. This is way too close. It's way too ticky-tack. You know, Josh Allen at like the apex of the play gets to like right here. He gets to the edge of the first down marker. That would be a first down. But again, it's so close. And the fact that they didn't rule it that way on the field means that it's not going to get overturned. This is not the league saying, oh, the Bills got a big first down. The Chiefs need help. This is the league saying, okay, it was really close, but we can't irrefutably argue that this should have been a first down. It may have been, and if the line judge would have called it that, then it would have been a first down, but he didn't. So instead, it's a turnover on downs. It sucks, but that's how the rules work. And listen, at the end of the day, if you're struggling this hard to get a first down on a QB sneak with a quarterback of Josh Allen's size, you don't deserve that first down anyways. Like, this should not be this close with a quarterback like Josh Allen. They could not convert on a QB sneak at all in this game. It happened, what, twice that they couldn't convert? Try something else. Try a different play. Work out a different QB sneak. Everyone wants to ban the damn tush push, right? Try doing that. During the offseason, bring in a rugby coach. Have him teach your offensive line how to do like the rugby scrum like the Eagles were taught. And then do that next year. That would be awesome with Josh Allen. He's this big, strong quarterback. You didn't convert here because you're not good at QB sneaks. Not because the league has some vendetta. They're not out to get you something like that. And then the other big play from this game was this catch by Xavier Worthy. This is 100% a catch. Here's the key, right? This ball is a 50-50 ball. It's a tie. Tie always goes to the offense. That's how it's written. That's rules as written. Tie goes to the offense. And the other big critique with this, oh, it hit the ground. It hit the ground. When it hits the ground, if we zoom in here, it doesn't move. There's clear possession of the ball. The ball does not move when it hits the ground. It is clearly possessed by Cole Bishop and Xavier Worthy. That ball is in clear possession. It's not a drop. It's not an incompletion. It's a clearly possessed ball. And even if it wasn't, right? Even if this wasn't a catch, there's a defensive holding called on this play. Blatant defensive holding. It's 10 yards and a first down for the Chiefs either way. And yeah, one gets them a couple extra yards and they're closer to the end zone. But either way you look at it, this is a fair first down for the Chiefs. Tie goes to the offense. Ball's clearly possessed all the way to the ground. No doubt about it. Ball doesn't move until Worthy is turned over on his back and Bishop's ripping at it. And at that point, the ball has already been completely secured and the receiver is down. This is irrefutably a catch by NFL rule. Now, I've seen some people, I want to say the Stay Hot guys specifically, we're talking about like just because it's by rule doesn't mean it's right. And sure, you know, maybe some rules in the NFL need to be tweaked. I'm not here to argue either way with that. But you can't do that on the fly. You can't have this play happen and go, you know what? Actually, this rule that we've been following for 100 years, I don't like it anymore. We're going to do something different now because this play should be a specific way. That's not how it works. Same thing with the irrefutable evidence for first down. You can't look specifically at this play and go, I know that you have to have irrefutable evidence, but the vibes are telling me Josh Allen got it. It's not how it works. That's not how it works. Unfortunately, it's not. Then we move on here. Robert Griffin III makes a great point, which is a sentence I don't say often. But, you know, I really like this tweet, so I'm just going to read it verbatim. He says, the NFL is not rigged and the refs aren't cheating for the Kansas City Chiefs. Stop complaining and whining about it. Your favorite team just isn't good enough to beat the Chiefs in the championship rounds of the game. And then he goes on to list some stats. They are 17th in scoring drives aided by penalties for a first down this year, below average. They are 8th in roughing the passer penalties called on defenders hitting Mahomes since 2018. Definitely a high number, not the most in the league like everyone would have you believe. They are tied for first in offensive holding penalties called against them with 31. Holding is the easiest penalty to not call. If the league was rigging it for the Chiefs, they would not be first in the league this year with 31 holdings called against them. They would just simply say, well, the defender should have gotten off the block. That's the type of shit they'd say. But they're not. They're calling penalties on the Chiefs. Next, tied for second fewest unnecessary roughness calls in their favor in 2024 with 2. And then 32 of 61 penalties called against the Chiefs in their last 9 playoff games have been when Patrick Mahomes was not on the field. Over half. So it's not like they're calling them in favor of Mahomes like everyone wants you to believe. It's unbelievable the way people talk about the refs calling penalties for the Chiefs when they're not even the team that benefits the most in the league from penalties. These numbers are objective. They're the truth. These are stats. These are not like, I think this way. These are objective numbers that RG3 pulled together and posted for everyone to see. Then we move on. This play right here, if we really want to talk about a team getting bailed out by the refs, check out this play from the Buffalo Bills. Very important touchdown in the game. Watch the left tackle. This is a clear false start. The ball's not snapped, and he jumps. He moves. I mean, that is a false start. It's subtle, but, if the league was rigged for the Chiefs, a subtle jump like that, refs would be all over it. Oh, he jumped. He moved. Penalty, 15 yards, penalty. It's not. They didn't call it. And what did the Bills do? Josh Allen drops back, hits a throw under pressure, crazy throw to Matt Collins, crazy catch. One of the biggest plays of the game. If the league was rigged for the Chiefs, they call this. Now, I will say, honestly, the Chiefs should have, one of these two over here should have jumped across the line and made the league take a look here. But, that is what it is. I'm not here to play coach. I'm just saying, by rule, this is a false start that was not called on one of the biggest plays of the game for Buffalo. Now, do I think that should have been called? No, it's a ticky-tack false start. But if the league was rigged for the Chiefs, a ticky-tack false start like this would get called. They'd call that 10 times out of 10. And then you'd have someone like me on Twitter going, yeah, it's kind of lame that they called it, but it's the right call. Like, objectively speaking, it's the right call. And then people get mad at that. But they didn't call it here. It results in a big touchdown for the Bills. Next thing here, great point. Love this one. The NFL's rigged crowd is hilarious because if they're so certain of it, then why not bet your life savings on the Chiefs money line every week? I agree wholeheartedly. If you think the NFL's rigged, put your money where your mouth is. I'm not a big fan of sports betting. I made a video complaining about it a couple weeks ago with He Who Shall Not Be Named from Barstool Sports. But if you really believe that, put your money where your mouth is. Go bet your life savings on the money line this week. Double it. Go buy yourself the house you've always wanted, the car you've always wanted. Go make your life better if you're so sure that the league is rigged for the Kansas City Chiefs. Please, go do so. I'm begging you. I want you to live a better life. So if the league's rigged like you think it is, put your money where your mouth is. All right, so I'm currently working on editing this video, and I noticed from the last tweet that there was a really good point in the replies, so I wanted to bring it up. Dumb off of Perk 30, incredible Twitter handle, says, if the NFL is rigged, Dallas and New York wouldn't be ass all the time. Fantastic point. If the NFL is really rigged, they'd be rigging it for the big market teams, right? It wouldn't be some team from, as Spoonlocks here describes it, buttfuck Missouri. It would be Dallas. It would be New York. It would be LA. It would be Chicago. It would be these big market teams that are going to get you a ton of money that would be getting a lot of attention. Or it would be like the Cinderella stories. The NFL is rigged. Washington would probably be in the Super Bowl right now. Imagine the way they could have milked that storyline. The Commanders going to the Super Bowl, taking on Mahomes and the Chiefs. Jaden Daniels has the opportunity to upset the king, become the new face of the league. They'd be all over that. Or they could do what people think they did when the Saints won the Super Bowl after Hurricane Katrina. Send the Rams to the Super Bowl, in wake of the LA fires. Not trying to make light of that situation, but that's a real thing that people argued about the Saints Super Bowl after Katrina. You send the team that is currently dealing with hardships. You get the country to rally around this team that is overcoming a big disaster within their home. And they win the Super Bowl. Everybody's happy. Everybody's proud of them, etc., etc. There were options other than the Chiefs. Hell, if it was rigged, the Bills probably beat the Chiefs. Josh Allen has lost to Mahomes as many times as any quarterback has lost to any other quarterback in the playoffs. He has a chance If he wins, he breaks the streak. If he loses, then it becomes 4 times, and that's a new record, and nobody wants to see that record. That's not a record you want to have. Josh Allen's having this MVP caliber season, go with him. Or Lamar Jackson having this MVP caliber season, go with him. There were plenty of options and opportunities for like bigger storylines or more exciting teams to go to the Super Bowl. And instead it's the Chiefs. And everyone keeps complaining, oh, I don't want to see the Chiefs again. We don't like the Chiefs. It's the same storylines. It's not as interesting. That's not good for the NFL. They want people to get excited and be happy and say good things about their brand. They're not going to be saying that if the Chiefs are another dynasty and are like the Patriots and win back-to-back-to-back Super Bowls, become the first NFL team ever to three-peat. They don't want that. That's bad for their publicity. They don't want dynasties. They want underdogs. They want exciting stories. And the Chiefs winning aren't that. Next tweet here, this fella, saying, don't watch the Super Bowl. Let their ratings suffer. This must stop. When they get crushed in viewership, then they'll stop fucking rigging it for the Chiefs. You're not going to boycott the Super Bowl. Let's be honest with ourselves here. You're not going to do it. You'll say you're going to do it. You'll say you're going to do it. And then it'll be Sunday. And your buddy Brad will call you up and be like, yo, are you coming to the Super Bowl party tonight? I got the Bud Light and I got some Tostitos. You're going to be like, you know what, Brad? Yeah, I am. And then you're going to go. You're going to watch the Super Bowl. You're going to watch the halftime show. You're going to watch Kendrick call Drake a pedophile in front of a national audience for the second time in the past week. And you're going to love every second of it. And yeah, the Chiefs might win it, and you'll probably tweet, man, I'm glad I didn't watch that, but we all know. We all know you watched it. Everyone watches the Super Bowl. People I know that don't give a fuck about football, they're watching the Super Bowl this year. They're watching it for Kendrick. They're watching it for the commercials. They're watching it for the opportunity that the Chiefs might get beat. You're going to watch it. Don't lie to us. Now, moving off of the idea that, like, the league is rigged, and more just to the game itself, Buffalo lost this game. They simply were outmatched by the Kansas City Chiefs. Crucial play. They get over 2 minutes to go down 3, and drive in and at least get a field goal. This is a prime opportunity for Josh Allen. Even with the refs against him, even with all the odds stacked against him, he gets a prime opportunity to go down and score and make history and give the ball back to Mahomes and probably have Mahomes do what Mahomes does. But, you know, there's a chance they eat all that clock and he goes down and scores. This is a prime opportunity. This is where legends are made. And because of some poor play calling, the Bills get themselves in a 4th and 5 situation. What happens on 4th and 5? Well, we all know. Chiefs send the house. Josh doesn't have a chance in hell. Throws it up. And there's a very catchable ball. I mean, it's a difficult catch, but it's a catchable ball from Dalton Kincaid that could have set that could have set the Bills up in field goal range. Goodness, stuttering here. Would have been a huge play. But alas, Kansas City, they sent the house. The Bills weren't ready for the blitz. Josh panics. Everything goes awry. This play doesn't happen because the league is rigging it for the Chiefs. This play happens because Steve Spagnuolo is a genius. He overloaded the side of the line. They weren't ready. You have 3 guys trying to block, or 2 dudes trying to block 3. One of them doesn't block either of them. And Josh Allen has no chance. He tries to make a hero ball play, and by all accounts, he puts the ball in a position for it to be made, and then it's dropped. This isn't the league rigging it for the Chiefs. This is Spags. This is arguably the greatest assistant coach of all time, calling up the perfect play in the perfect moment. This is the Bills not converting on a huge 4th down at the end of the game with a chance to go down and at least tie it. Another play where the Bills shot themselves in the foot. 31-yard pickup early in the game to Juju Smith-Schuster. He gets wide open over the middle of the field. Just the way coverage works out, not a big deal. Get him one-on-one with DeMar Hamlin, who's had a pretty solid year, pretty solid comeback. He gets his ankles broke. Juju picks up, an extra 15 there? Could have gotten brought down right there by DeMar. Instead, he has a real nice run after the catch. Real big pickup there. And then this right here. The Chiefs have started 4 of 5 on 3rd down. That is not something that you want as a team trying to win a football game. You don't want your opponent to start 4 of 5 on 3rd down. 3rd and 3 here. He's got Hollywood Brown wide open. You can't have that. You just can't have that. You got to get the stops on 3rd and 4th down if you want to win a football game, point blank period. Chiefs were just better at converting than Buffalo. And then here at the end, even after the turnover on downs, you force Kansas City to a 3rd and 9. Your defense is coming up. They're making plays. 3rd and 9, what happens? Samaje Perine gets wide open. He gets in a one-on-one, ends up beating your guy to the corner, gets upfield, you're out of timeouts, and the Chiefs are able to chew the clock away. You get a stop here on 3rd down, you get the ball back, and Josh has a second opportunity to make a Superman play, to put the team on his back and win it. And he doesn't. He doesn't get the opportunity because your defense can't get off the field. What, did the refs tell 43 to take a poor angle? Did the refs tell the Bills to completely vacate the left side of the field? I know that's the way the play's drawn up. No, this is Andy Reid drawing up a fantastic play. This is an amazing call. You send everybody to the right side of the right side of the field, goodness, and then you dump it off here to the left. Hope Perine can make a man miss, and he beats your guy to the edge and runs upfield and picks up the 1st down. The refs didn't assist in that, and you had a chance. Take a look at the box score here. I mean, Mahomes played a flawless football game. Now, I know he didn't throw the ball downfield a whole lot. He didn't need to. If you're giving Mahomes the opportunity to dink and dunk, that's just poor defense. You're going to get outplayed in situations like that. You take a look here, too. The Bills were just sloppy. You had, 4 total fumbles? Not great. Not great. Now, you didn't lose any of them, which is good, but they were sloppy. This stat here is more so me saying Josh Allen, the lights were a little too bright than anything. Mahomes, he had 1 fumble in it. They ended up losing it. But they are a better coach team. They're more disciplined. You take a look at this here. 99th percentile game for Mahomes. Didn't mean to do that. 99th percentile game for Mahomes in terms of drop back success rate. There are only 4 games this entire season where a quarterback produced a successful play at a higher rate. It's the highest drop back success rate of Mahomes' entire career. They just gave the Chiefs whatever they wanted offensively. The Chiefs were able to manipulate and dink and dunk all over the Bills. This was a team that was better than their opponent, not a team that was helped out by reffing. You take a look at this roster, man, the Chiefs have the greatest quarterback, or the best quarterback in the league, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. A really solid receiver core with Xavier Worthy, who's emerged, Hollywood Brown, who's coming in at a good time, Juju Smith-Schuster, who seems to be reliable, DeAndre Hopkins, who's always been a really good receiver, Justin Watson makes plays, you have Travis Kelce, obviously, Noah Gray makes plays, Joe Tooney has stepped up big, moving out to left tackle, Trey Smith, Creed Humphrey, both very, very good football players. The running back room, Kareem Hunt's been solid, Isaiah Pacheco's a good back, Samaje Perine's made plays. Defensively, George Karlaftis had a big playoff game. Chris Jones is probably a Hall of Famer. Fantastic linebacker room, namely with Nick Bolton, Leo Chanel, and Drew Tranquill. You have Trent McDuffie, who's probably the best nickel in the league. Justin Reed and Brian Cook's a great safety duo. This is just an amazing team from top to bottom. That's not even talking about Andy Reid. This is a team with multiple Hall of Famers on it. The best quarterback in the league by a wide margin. One of the best quarterbacks of all time. Going up against a Bills team who is solid, very good even, but just not of the same caliber. At the end of the day, this was not a game of ref ball. This was not a game of, whatever you want to blame it on. This was a game of the Chiefs being the best team in the league. When you have the best quarterback in football and probably the best defense in the league, at least one of the 3 best defenses in the league, you're going to see results. You're going to win football games. So all the people out there who are like Starblazer over here saying, I don't buy into conspiracies. I never before thought any sport outside of pro wrestling was rigged. I have changed that opinion. The NFL is rigged. They want the Chiefs and their mascot Taylor Swift in the Super Bowl. 2 weeks of sickening hype and pathetic redrudged up stories, You are someone like Starblazer here? I'm sorry. The NFL's not rigged. The Chiefs are just really fucking good. Now, I will say I've been defending the Chiefs like crazy here. I'm rooting for Philly to win. I don't want to see a three-peat. I think it would be way more exciting if Philly won. I think their team is a lot more interesting. You know, we live in an age of super weapon quarterbacks. The Eagles are winning in spite of their quarterback almost. Now, Jalen Hurts, I think it's a little bit too much hate, but he's not one of these top 5, top 10 guys. He's not a super weapon. He's good enough to keep the team afloat, but this is a team that's winning because of their defense and because of their run game. That going up against the Chiefs and winning is a really, really interesting and really, really exciting story to me. I want to see the Chiefs lose. But if the Chiefs win, you're not going to see me saying that the league is rigged. You're going to see me saying, man, it's really crazy what happens when you have arguably the greatest quarterback of all time on your team, one of the greatest offensive minds of all time, an all-time tight end, an all-time defense, arguably the greatest assistant coach of all time, et cetera, et cetera. It's crazy what happens when you have all that on your roster. It's almost like you're going to win more often than not. But all that to say, I don't think the league's rigged. I think it's a silly opinion to have. If you think the league's rigged, grow up. You know, just face the music. The Chiefs are just really fucking good at this whole football thing. I hate to break it to you. Now, are refs bad at their job? Sure. Very bad even. There's a lot of bad calls every week. They don't always benefit the Chiefs. In fact, the numbers show they benefit other teams more than they benefit the Chiefs. But I'm not sitting here saying that the league's rigged when the Ravens beat the Bills in the regular season, or when the Bears lose to name a team. You know, the Bears lose more than anybody almost, it feels like. And as a Bears fan, I've never once said, man, we lost that game because of the referees. Usually we lose it because we're outmatched. And chances are, if you're going up against the Kansas City Chiefs, your team is outmatched. But with all that being said, I hope you all enjoyed this like rant style of video. I'm not used to doing these. I know it was probably a bit everywhere, but really I just wanted to sit down and unfiltered, unscripted, give my thoughts on something. You know, again, I use those tweets as kind of my bullet points. If you like the style of video, let me know down in the comments. I can start doing them more often. They're a lot easier to do than my normal videos. If you didn't like it, then, you know, my bad. Sorry, you'll get more film breakdowns here later this week, if that's what you're looking to. And, you know, like I said, make sure to leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Do you think the league's rigged? Did this video change your mind? Are you sick of hearing people saying the league's rigged? Because I know I am. And also make sure to leave a like down below, as it does help out the channel a ton. Shows your support, shows you care, and I really do appreciate it. And also make sure to subscribe for more NFL content. I'll have videos about the Chiefs and Eagles coming out later in the week. Some film breakdowns. Not going to say who they're on yet. Going to leave that as a bit of a surprise. But yeah, I hope everyone out there enjoyed, and I hope you all have a wonderful day, evening, night, afternoon, whatever time of day it is for you. I hope you enjoy it, because you're all wonderful people, and you truly do deserve it.
Had a chance on the throwback.
This was an ill-advised throw. What an unbelievable catch by Cole Kmet. And he cups it too. No movement when he hits the ground, tucked up against his shoulder. Wow.
Using that